This is my friend Rocket, and he is a Boston Terrier. Now, I've had 11 dogs in my life, and 5 of them have been Boston Terriers. So I guess we could say Boston Terriers are my dog of choice. The Boston Terrier originated sometime around 1870 in Massachusetts and are considered to be the first ever American dog breed. And although now known as the American Gentleman, they are actually a mix of the English White Terrier, which sadly is now extinct, and the English Bulldog. The Boston Terrier, originally called the Boston Bulldog, weighed about 45 pounds, which is about 20 pounds heavier than my friend Rocket here. They were sadly originally bred for pit fighting. Imagine that, putting 2 of these beautiful creatures in a pit to fight each other. And people are just unbelievable. But luckily for these handsome creatures here, the good women of Boston weren't having it. Once they found the Boston Terrier to be a loyal, loving family dog that was great with children, their days of pit fighting were all but over. And although some savage idiots would still fight them, slowly the aggressive nature of the Boston were bred out of them, and their size was also reduced from their original 35 to 45 pounds to the smaller 15 to 25 pounds we normally see today. In around 1991 or 93, depending on what you read, the Boston Terrier was recognized as an official breed by the American Kennel Club. In the 1920s or so, it reached the height of its popularity, possibly due to the return of war hero Sergeant Stubby after the First World War. Sergeant Stubby, a stray Boston Terrier from New Haven, Connecticut, was adopted by Corporal James Conroy of the 102nd Infantry, who smuggled Stubby onto the troop ship that took them off to the trenches of France to fight the Germans. There, they served together for 18 months and participated in 4 different offenses, where during a raid, Stubby was injured by a German hand grenade. He was sent to the rear for medical attention, and once he was fixed up and all better, as all good soldiers do, he returned to the front, where he continued to fight alongside his fellow infantrymen. Stubby was particularly adept at recognizing mustard gas attacks and would warn his trench mates of their arrival, as well as incoming artillery shells, as his dog ears could hear the whine of incoming rounds before his human battle buddies would. He also was responsible for the capture of a German spy in the Argonne. This led to his unit commander promoting Stubby to the rank of sergeant. Upon his return home from the war, Stubby received a hero's welcome, leading many parades and meeting with Presidents Wilson, Coolidge, and Harding. Sergeant Stubby, as it happens, was not only an American gentleman, but was also an American hero. Another interesting Boston Terrier fact, as it happens, in many of the early Wizard of Oz books written by L. Frank Baum, Dorothy's dog Toto was depicted as a Boston Terrier, rather than the Cairn Terrier we all know in the movies today. On an unrelated note, Toto was originally cast as a miniature dachshund named Otto, but Otto lost the part because of lingering post-war hostility towards the Germans. Rhett, the Boston Terrier, is Boston University's official mascot. Wofford College has Blitz, the Boston Terrier, as their mascot. And the American Gentleman is the mascot for Redlands High School in Redlands, California. So yes, over the last 150 years, the handsome, rugged, little Boston Terrier has worked his way up from humble pit fighter to loyal family companion. And I know for me, a man who loves old dogs, the Boston has definitely become my dog of choice. The perfect blend of an athletic, rough and tumble companion and loyal, loving lapdog. I know I'd be lost without a Boston in my life. So, here's to the Boston Terrier, aka the American Gentleman. the first ever officially recognized American dog breed. All the best, my friends. What do you think? Hey, what do you think?